Welcome back. I'm Ted Jordan, the author of the CompTIA Linux Plus Certification Exam Guide for the XK0-004 exam, and I also co-authored this with Sandra Strohmeyer. And let's just get into question number 13 and 14 today. And question 13 is, this process takes over and kills processes that use too much memory because they score too high under this process's monitoring system. And so I guess the question is, which process is that? Got A, BOM, B, BOM, C, KaBOOM, D, BOOM, E, It's got to be one of these. And so if you want to pause this now, feel free. And otherwise, we'll go to the answer. And your best answer here is E. The other ones are all dodges and totally meaningless to Linux systems. But stands for the out of memory manager. Let me bring up the Wikipedia page that talks about this. And what the out of memory manager does is it looks for processes that are taking up too much memory. If the system is starting to get slow and you have too many processes running, instead of shutting down the entire system, the out of memory manager is going to score the different processes, and if the score is high enough, maybe it's using too much memory, maybe it's cycling on an unnecessary job, it'll start killing those jobs so the computer can continue to run. They've got a picture of an example here. This one didn't work out too well because the purpose of the the out of memory manager, is to actually keep you from having to restart the system here. But in general, it's going to go and start looking for jobs that are taking up too much memory. If you're in a very high memory capacity type situation, start killing those unnecessary jobs, and then so that the computer can continue to run normally. So that's question number 13. And again, the answer for that one is E, out of memory manager. Now let's go ahead and take a look at number 14. Which tools can be used to check for open network ports? And we've got nmap, lsof, pwconv, ssh, cpio. And all right, you can pause here if you like. Your answers here are A and B, nmap and lsof. Network mapper, list open files. pwconv, password conversion. What that does is, if you have an older system, I'm talking about something from the 1980s, and back then, back in the 80s, 90s, there was no shadow file. And pwconv will build that shadow file for you so that your password hashes are in a very protected file instead of being in the /etc/passwd file. SSH is your secure shell. That is your secure shell client, so that you can remote log in to a computer using SSH and have an encrypted conversation. And then cpio. This tool I used back in the 80s to do my backups. It was similar to tar, DD. You could back up to tape with cpio, but you can also back up to a file as well. So the one that's going to look for open network ports, that would be A and B, nmap for network mapper, lsof. Let's take a look at a couple quick examples, and we'll go to my Linux system here. I'm running CentOS over here. So we'll go ahead and open a terminal. What I'm going to do, I'm going to open up another terminal as well. Let me go ahead and make the font size just a shade bigger, just to make sure you guys can see this. I'm just going to do zoom in. And in this window, I'm going to start a process called netcat. And netcat can be used as a listener. It's a network listener. You can use it to transfer files remotely, and you can choose the port. I'm going to choose an oddball port called 40401. We'll hit enter there, and then on the remote system I can connect to that port and send data back and forth. But for now I just want to use this so we can see a process ID. So I'm going to first run I'll say I want to search for ports 1 to 50,000. And so that's a lot of ports. Here it finds several open ports, including our netcat listener. All right. Now what's interesting here with nmap, it doesn't show you process IDs, and so that's a cool feature of lsof. I can do lsof and we'll say -I to look at network ports. List open files. You can look at open files that are on your hard drive, but you can also listen for open ports over network with the -I flag. So we'll say lsof space -I, enter. Oh, I got to be root to get all the details. Is our netcat listener still running over here? Oh, it stopped running. All right, so let's start that again. That's why we didn't see it. Let's do this over here. And there it is, NC. Now what's nice about lsof, and you can see the port number over here, and that is listening. All right, it's open port listening. And lsof will also show the process ID. So what I can do here, I can kill this program. If I want to kill the netcat program, I could go over here and just do Control-C to kill it like this. Or if I go back over here to lsof -I, I can run this and then I'll see netcat. I can kill it by process ID as well. So I could say, or I could kill it by name. I could say pkill nc to kill it by name. All right. And unfortunately, since nc is so short, it's going to look for anything with nc in it and kill that, and that's what happened there. So it killed my netcat, but it killed some other programs too. So when you have a program that is so with just a couple letters, it's better to kill by process ID. So let's show you that here, and I'll go ahead and open up a terminal here. And we'll grep on, there we go. So now the process ID is here. So over here I could just say kill in the process ID number. All right, and so that's better to use than that pkill. Pkill kills by name, but there are so many other processes that had with the, it's going to look with pkill, it'll look for nc, whatever's got nc in it is going to kill. So if I do a ps -ef for every process, and I grep on nc, it kills all these programs. So dbus launch, libic bus launcher, which is probably what took our Windows down before last time. So it's better, especially if a really short program name, kill by process ID. All right, let's see if that worked. And yeah, it terminated fine. So with the kill and the process ID number. That's question number 13 and 14. And I should be back shortly in about a week or two with a couple more example questions. Thanks for watching. And remember to like and subscribe so that I can create more content.